Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 teases an awesome new character we can look forward to seeing in the future Marvel Cosmic Universe, including Guardians Volume 3, the final movie in James Gunn's trilogy. Yippee-ki-yay movie lovers, it's Jan here, and in this video I'm going to explain and break down what the end credits tease of the comic book character Adam Warlock means for potential storylines in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and also Avengers 4. Don't forget my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 giveaway is also running here, and for a chance to win, just subscribe and leave a comment on this video, and there'll be full details about the giveaway and prizes at the end. Obviously there are spoilers ahead for Guardians Volume 2 and speculation about the future MCU, so if you prefer a spoiler-free video, you can tap in the top right of the screen for my Guardians 2 movie review. Let's start with a brief reminder of the mid-credits scene, which opens with Ayesha, the High Priestess of the Sovereign race, sitting slumped in front of a wall of gold birthing pods. Ayesha reveals that she's created the next step in the Sovereign's evolution, a being more powerful, more beautiful, more capable of destroying the Guardians of the Galaxy, who she says she'll call Adam. All of which is a huge tease for Adam Warlock appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. By the way, Adam's birthing pod in this scene has some similarities to the cocoon we saw with the Collector in the first Guardians movie, and which many people at the time thought could have been an Adam Warlock Easter egg. This time around though, the pod definitely is a nod to the cocoon in which the gold-skinned Adam Warlock was formed in the comics. Warlock was created in Fantastic Four issue 66 by a group of scientists called the Enclave, who sought to genetically engineer a perfect race of human beings that could rule over the world. Initially the character had no name and was only referred to as him, and I like the movie's subtle call out to that fact when Ayesha says, "I think I shall call him Adam." Ayesha thinks she's created a powerful antagonist to the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I wonder if she might get a nasty surprise when Adam finally emerges from his birthing pod. As in the comics, Adam's creators were also going to manipulate him to do their bidding, but that did not end well for them, as he didn't like their nefarious plans and escaped pretty sharpish, leaving behind a scene of devastation. On the other hand, it's possible that when Adam appears properly in the next Guardians movie, he'll feel a kind of kinship or connection with Ayesha, because they've both been created in birthing pods and designed to be physically and mentally impeccable, as all the Sovereign people are. By the way, in the comics, like Adam Warlock, Ayesha was also created by the Enclave group of scientists and lashed out against them. Her comic book backstory is rather complicated, but suffice to say that in one of her early forms she was also known as Her, before taking on the name of Kismet and later Ayesha. Okay, getting back to Adam Warlock, in the comics, later he becomes a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. However, in the MCU, it looks like he's being set up to work with Ayesha as an antagonist to the Guardians, which is intriguing because in the comics there's an evil version of Adam Warlock known as the Magus. The Magus is actually a god who is worshipped by the Universal Church of Truth, and I think there's a really interesting link here with the MCU's Ayesha, who is the High Priestess of the Sovereign race. So could the Sovereign actually be the MCU's own take on the Universal Church of Truth, the intolerant religious sect that went on an expansionist rampage throughout the comic book universe? And could the film's version of Ayesha play a similar role to the Matriarch, who is the leader of the church in the comics? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. In the comics, the Guardians of the Galaxy stood up against the church, so perhaps this could be a future storyline we'll see in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I wonder whether there's also a potential link to another cosmic dark force in the MCU. That is Dormammu and the Dark Dimension, which was introduced in the Doctor Strange movie. It'll be fascinating to see if they connect these up. Now, one of the major comic book storylines that Adam Warlock is crucial to is the Infinity Gauntlet, and in particular he has a very strong connection to the Soul Gem in the comics. It's a complicated and lengthy story which involves masses of Marvel's heroes, Warlock included, joining forces against Thanos, but one of the highlights is that Adam Warlock not only wields the gauntlet himself, but he also puts together the Infinity Watch, which was basically individuals who each protected one of the Infinity Gems. If you're thinking this means we'll get Adam Warlock introducing the Soul Stone in or before Avengers Infinity War, this is sadly very unlikely because James Gunn doesn't plan to introduce the character until Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which takes place after the Infinity War movie. Gunn has said, though, that as Guardians Volume 3 is happening after the culmination of Marvel's Phase 3, the third Guardians movie will launch both new and old Marvel characters into the next 10 years and beyond, and there are big plans ahead for the character of Adam Warlock in the Marvel Cosmic Universe. Speaking of which, a comment by Zoe Saldana, who plays Gamora, suggested that Avengers 4, which is the next Avengers movie after Infinity War, may be titled Infinity Gauntlet. So given Adam Warlock's connections to the Infinity Gauntlet in the comics, could he pop up in Avengers 4? Not if we take James Gunn at his word, as he's tweeted that Guardians Volume 3 will take place after Avengers 4 as well. At this point, it seems likely that Avengers Infinity War will feature Thanos gathering the Infinity Stones to unite them all in the Gauntlet by the end of the movie, facing opposition from Marvel's heroes along the way. After all, we did see Thanos wield the Gauntlet complete with all the Infinity Stones in a promo Marvel released in 2014. According to Kevin Feige, the MCU's Thanos has similar motives to his comic book counterpart. In the comics, Thanos' desire to wield the Infinity Gauntlet is tied up with his desire to impress Mistress Death, who he adores. By the way, it wouldn't surprise me if Marvel decide to use Goddess of Death Hela, who's played by Cate Blanchett, as a suitable substitute to save introducing the comic book character Mistress Death in the Avengers movies. So Avengers 4 could find Thanos wielding the power of the Gauntlet and also still battling Marvel's heroes, hence its rumoured subtitle Infinity Gauntlet, as in the comics Thanos used the Gauntlet to obliterate half the population in the universe for Mistress Death. It would seem a shame, given Adam Warlock's history with the Infinity Gems in the comics, if he had no role whatsoever in getting the Infinity Stones back from Thanos, or if he wasn't put in charge of safekeeping the Gauntlet and the Stones, as he did by forming the Infinity Watch in the comics. So are you excited to see Adam Warlock joining the Marvel Cosmic Universe? Do you have any theories on how he could fit into the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and the rest of the MCU? And who would you like to see cast in the role? Don't forget to comment and subscribe to enter my Guardians 2 giveaway. The prizes include 2 awesome hardback books from DK, Guardians of the Galaxy The Ultimate Guide to the Cosmic Outlaws, which takes an in-depth look at iconic characters, issues and storylines from the comics. And I've also got a selection of 3 very cool Guardians Funko Pop vinyl figures. So make sure you hit the bell to turn on notifications so you stay up to date with all my new videos. And if you enjoyed this video, do hit that thumbs up button and check out more of my Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Marvel videos right here. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers!